What's going on, Meta fam? Boy, oh boy, do we have an exciting day today. There is so much information. I'm going to give you the bulk of all the main information in this video. My video coming out tomorrow will have some other information I think needs to be out there as well. There's so much happened today. I cannot get it all in one video, maybe 2-3 videos coming. And yes, before we get into it, John Brda spoke today in a space call. We're going to go over that clip. Thank you to my buddy Craig Dobbs, my buddy, and plus Liz Huffman got the clip. And thank you to Drew Karma for creating that space and getting John Brda, and I heard Dave Lauer was in there as well. And we will put that in a separate video. The whole thing part they were in there, we'll do that in the video, so we get that in the channel. But let's get here first. FINRAT, 292 days since the MMTLP U3 halt. Let's go to the breaking news. That's right. Today was the House Financial Committee meeting, and boom, breaking. Representative Ralph Norman questions SEC Chairman Gary Gensler about MMTLP. MMTLP fiasco. Audited aggregated share count. Yes, that's right. Another congressman questioned Gary Gensler about MMTLP, and you see Gary Gensler do his best song and dance around that question you will ever see. Let's listen to it. A huge shout out here to everyone that's got clips. The best one I found is from my buddy Craig Dobbs. He has over a minute-long clip from where it pretty much started. And he says, thank you, Ralph Norman, for fighting for retail investors like the MMTLP community by asking Gary Gensler of SEC the audited aggregated share count. Let's get the volume up and let's listen to this here. And for this, I am going to deactivate the camera, and we're going to blow this up and play it.
To get this, and to get this letter, was it 2 paragraphs, is really an insult. Are you familiar with Metamaterials?
Yes, I am, sir. I'm not very deeply, but it is a company that I've heard of.
Do you know what the aggregate shares are, audited shares count of MMTLP is as of close of market on December 8th, 22?
I don't know. I know that it's a company that then exchanged into something called Nextbridge, I believe.
Okay. Does SEC have this information on the audited shares?
It may be a matter of public record. I mean, it was a company that it did an exchange and became another company.
We'll try writing you another letter, and if you would look into it, we would appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know, as been said earlier.
There it was. That's right. So apparently, he wrote in the question, and there we go. Was not happy with the little paragraph response that was given, and you could see Gary Gensler's facial expressions where he gives the brow raise and the very confused look and acting like he kind of doesn't know, and you know darn well he knows. So there was that. Junk Savvy here then says, Gary Gensler, did you just really claim that what is the share count in MMTLP is public record at the Financial Committee hearing? Then why has the SEC and FINRA refused on multiple occasions to provide a share count? What are you hiding? Patrick Mahenry, Ralph Norman, Pete Sessions, Mike Crapo. Can we bypass another letter and go straight to a subpoena for an audited aggregated share count? Absolutely. He just said it should be public knowledge. They have refused hundreds of FOIA requests, and they just won't freaking do anything. And he's out here, Gary Gensler's out here talking out of his freaking rear about what's going on, and he's doing the same song and dance. But another congressman questioned him, I believe it's the second time at these financial committee meetings. He's getting asked about MMTLP, and it's getting brought up by different congressmen each time. The more this keeps getting brought up, and the more these people start to realize they're not getting straight shooting answers. They're getting a song and dance. Will they do the subpoena? I think don't quote me on this. I was hearing a little bit that the one chairman at the beginning of this meeting said they never had to pull a subpoena ever to get something. And in this situation, they're kind of forcing their hands that could be it. Now, I don't think he was talking about MMTLP. Maybe he was. But that is a little bit of what's going out there. Will Congress pull a subpoena and get this information if they're not willing to give it over? And like I said, he said it should be public knowledge. We'll give it to the public. Let's see it. All right. And here's a little summary from Rare DD. I did get to listen to a little bit of that committee meeting on my lunch break. And I did hear this part where he said he learned Gary Gensler likes rom-coms, that he has a girlfriend, allegedly, that he used to run marathons. Unfortunately, we still don't know the audited aggregated share count for MMTLP, which, according to Gary, may be public information. Absolutely. The man just said it should be public knowledge. Then give it to the public. Give us that information. Let us do with it what we need, and we will go away. So that way we can prosecute and put charges on the bad actors. All right. We got to listen to this clip here. We will do a video of the whole time where John Brda and Dave Lauer come into this space. I did miss it, unfortunately. But thank you to Drew for recording this, and Marduk RSC, Jack, Joe RL, and Anna there, it looks like. John Brda, Dave Lauer, all that. So here's the question. Have you transferred your shares to AST? And Liz says, thank you to Karma, which is Drew, asking John Brda. And thank you, John, for your insightful answers. Now, I find this here myself very amazing because John Brda has been pretty quiet recently. But he did open up about this situation here. I'm going to be very curious to hear the rest of what was said between him and Dave Lauer when I go back and listen to that. So we'll have that in an upcoming video. Let's listen to this minute clip here.
Question number 1. Have you transferred your shares to AST?
I have not.
Okay.
Would you like to know why?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't going to push my luck.
So the reality is my shares and McCabe's shares and 2 or 3 other folks that I know have their shares at brokerages that clear through RBC. And between myself and McCabe, it's 96% of the shares that RBC has due to them via the shares, the bulk shares. So McCabe
What they're
has
supposed to have.
That they're supposed to have, correct. So McCabe has transferred his shares. And at least he's put in for the transfer. I don't think it's happened yet, but he's put in for the transfer. Well, that will leave only 8% of the shares remaining at RBC. It should. And then obviously they're monitoring the share activity. And, you know, if we have a discrepancy at RBC, guess who's going to be going after them? So that's why I haven't moved my shares.
Okay. And that's valid and important.
Mm-hmm.
So there you heard it. Greg McCabe has already started to transfer his shares to AST. Greg McCabe holds 92% of the official allotment allowed for RBC. Greg McCabe himself holds 92% of the total allotment shares for RBC. Wow. They are probably crapping in their pants right now, guys. That leaves, as you heard John Brda, 8% left. We know John Brda has about 2 million shares. They have other friends, they said, that has shares there. They probably have a nice, decent chunk, I would assume. So, yeah. And imagine if other investors from RBC are transferring to AST as well. And if John Brda's holding back and they run out of shares, and John Brda's like, I need to transfer my shares, and they can't do it, oh boy, will it hit the fan. So that is pretty exciting there. Like I said, we will have a separate video of the whole time that the Dave Lauer and John Brda is in there. I'm curious to put that out. And shout out here to Gray. I have been noticing that the oil prices were up. And Gray here says WTI oil was at $94.10 today, which is bad for the economy, but good for Nextbridge because oil prices are up. So as they keep developing the land, the oil and gas assets, improving that. In the meantime, guys, like I said, we're in the MMTLP fiasco, but we still own Nextbridge. So that's very positive in itself as well. A lot of things are happening. We're gonna have more videos coming out. Please consider subscribing to the channel. There's a lot of people I've seen that watch the videos, but not everyone's subscribed. You'd be surprised. Subscribing, smashing the like button on every video, leaving a comment down below. I don't care if it's just an emoji, one word. Just type MMTLP in the comments, guys. That helps the YouTube algorithm, and it spreads this video out to more people. And the more this spreads out, it's just like how we call our congressional members. The more calls they get, the more letters they get, the more emails they get, the more our voices get heard. And that's why we got to keep it going on all platforms. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, into the government there, the financial committee, everything, your congressional members. So, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, smash thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Love and appreciate every single one of you all. Peace.